right, folks, we say goodbye to London, and the Raptors say goodbye after losing 2 straight games to the Nets. The second one, boy, the NBA people have to be smiling, Eric. The place was jammed. They saw a triple overtime, 1-point thriller. And unless you're the Toronto Raptors, everybody left the arena happy.
Absolutely. And word is some people actually were leaving early because, as crazy as this might sound, some people apparently thought that it was a draw. And I mean this seriously. From what I understand, talking to some folks, there were people in the stands saying, draw, 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 and people left, not realizing that the NBA...
It's not like soccer, folks.
Yeah, plays overtime and plays 3 overtimes if that's what it takes. So, I mean, that was very, very few and far between in terms of those people that were feeling that way or thinking that way. But it was a hell of a game. And I think the only thing that really kind of is sticking with me right now, a few hours after the game, is... And I know I'm speaking to a lot of you, the fact that Andrea Bargnani, in the third overtime, pretty much takes the exact same shot...
that he took
in the exact same scenario, in the exact same spot that he took in the first overtime. And when you're, put it this way, when you're down 2, maybe, and I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here, maybe you're not driving, you're going for the spot up jumper, you're going for a 3 to win it, you're whatever. I'm trying to be generous here. Maybe you're going for the 2, but Jonesy, when you're down 1, you're driving that ball. Because at the very least, if you don't hit the shot, you're hoping like hell that you're getting the and 1 or the foul and you're going to the line for 2. You hit the 2 free throws, you're up 1, and I mean, you're playing it out the free throw line. I did not like the decision that was made in the third overtime to do the exact same thing that you did in the first overtime. I mean, he was doing this, looking back at the clock for 6-7 seconds. Well, all he did was held the ball and didn't give it up, let alone drive. Either make the decision to pass or drive, but don't hold it for 6-7 seconds and then just hoist up a contested short arm jumper from 18 feet.
Well, I would say it's part of the learning curve. Problem is, he had 2 chances in the same game.
But he should have learned by now.
Well, it's a new situation, taking the last shot at the end of the game. He had one earlier. We saw DeMar DeRozan do the same thing, settle for a jump shot. That's why you develop a pet move.
After he was sourpuss in the first overtime, and then he ended up doing the same thing.
That's why you develop a pet move. Guys like Kobe Bryant, and I'm not even going to put LeBron in this category, and Dwayne Wade, those guys that have the ball at the end of the game and know what they're going to do. They have a plan, and they have A, they have the counter B, and they have plan C just in case. It's a new experience for those guys. So I'll cut him a little bit of a break, but I think you've got to have the ball moving. You've got to put it on the floor. Take advantage of the advantage you have, the mobility over Chris Humphries. Make him work, maybe get to the basket. And as Jay Triano said in his post-game news conference, with the calls that Toronto didn't get earlier in the third overtime, I mean, the Nets went to the free throw line, scored their first 5 points from the line. Triano felt they had a call coming, and I think Bargnani could have taken advantage of that. That being said, hopefully they're in that situation again, and they've learned, both he and DeRozan, and the Raptors can move forward.
Well, that's pretty much going to wrap it up from London. Hopefully they do learn from that. Hopefully. Otherwise, a very kind of successful trip overall in spite of the 0-2 for the Toronto Raptors. We had very little personal time to get out and do some stuff, but did have a couple hours each day, and hopefully enjoyed some of the pictures that we took and some of the vlogs that we submitted over the last couple of days. And I would love to come back again at some point. I think it was a positive experience. I still stand by the fact that I don't think the NBA is ever expanding to Europe. Personally, I know Jonesy thinks otherwise, but
maybe
I just don't see it happening. Just based on the travel and the quality of play and the customs with international players and everything else, I just don't see it happening. But I hope to be proven wrong, because it would be outstanding. And I'm looking forward to getting back home, and I'm looking forward to kind of being back on Canadian/North American soil. And the Raptors' next game coming up on Wednesday. Word is Toronto will just have the 1 day off on Sunday, which is the travel day, and then it's right back at it on practice on Monday, and then Tuesday getting ready for the Utah Jazz on Wednesday.
Well, like Eric says, click our heels, get on the plane, and say there's no place like home. We'll speak to you on Wednesday from the Air Canada Centre against the Utah Jazz, 7 o'clock tip.